He lost to Joey Volk 4-1. Volk had beaten him early in the season as well at the Bison Open in the finals back in November 3-0. And of course, Jim, in a dual meet like this, if you're Nebraska, you want to keep this crowd ignited and engaged.
That's exactly what Taylor's got to try to do here. I saw something on the weigh-in sheet that Cruz only weighs 120 pounds, all right? So that's weighed in at that weight.
Nice shot.
Jumps right into on it, but it's through the underhook, and that's an opportunity for Taylor to go ahead and follow it through. So a little size difference between these two.
Alan Kaler won his first Big Ten duel a couple of weeks ago. Beat Ashton Jackson of Purdue 9-3 in the Huskers' 36-3 win over the Boilermakers. Nebraska beat Minnesota last Friday. Of course, Iowa falling inside Carver Hawkeye to Penn State.
And going off of memory, and you can see it happen right now, Joey Cruz loves that collar tie. He'll live with that. He'll slap that, hit to a left-handed shot, left arm lead here, tries to attack the right leg. Taylor more traditional, shoot across the body. Right there, there's a shot here with the left-hand lead here by Cruz, fought off pretty well by Kaler.
Kaler at a 2-on-1. Joey Cruz from Fresno, California, multiple-time placer, won a state title, went to Oklahoma before coming to Iowa City. No score here at 125. Another shot there by Cruz. Jimmy's in a little bit deeper this time.
He's got nice grip there, outside palm down. Here's going to go ahead and try the inside trip right there. Doesn't quite get it. Now a lot of hand fighting going here with the shin wizard by Kaler.
1:20 remaining here in this first period as Kaler continues to defend. How does Cruz finish here?
He's got to try to maybe get to his feet and get a little bit better grip. You can see where Kaler's be able to go ahead and keep him away with that whizzer with the right arm and keeping weight on Cruz so Cruz can't get his head up.
1 minute remaining in period number 1.
Right now, there's an opportunity here for Cruz. He can go ahead and keep his balance right there on the edge of the mat.
And there is a takedown for Cruz, and the Hawkeye strikes first with 45 seconds remaining in the first period.
Well, to follow up your question, Shane, take a look at this. Really patient in this situation. He probably spent about 35 seconds there trying to get to this position. Doesn't get it, but sweeps down and then gets all the way back to the ankles right there. And sometimes when you're defending in that situation, you get off to the edge of the mat, you think about pulling the guy off, and really, if you can counter it like you're in the middle, you're better off.
Joey Cruz wrestled for Iowa at the Big Ten Championships last March. He's an NCAA qualifier. And Jim, if you remember right with Cruz last year, he had some big dual meet wins. He beat Nicolau Rivera of Wisconsin. He beat Brendan McCrone of Ohio State.
Yeah, that's the
Gives
one.
him some good depth here at 125.
That's the one that jumps out in my mind here. We really got out on the offense, hammered that collar tie, got in on the single, several good finishes. Important sequence there from Kaler getting his quick escape. Still plenty of time for both guys to score.
Cruz has been the aggressor. More attacks from the Hawkeye in this first period. Was able to finish. There's another shot. That draws a stall call from Rivera. Angel Rivera, our lead official today. Cruz working on that second takedown here late in the first period.
No control.
Now he's got an opportunity with arm around the waist right there. He can go ahead and finish. And Kaler comes back and gets immediately in that split position and works it off.
Easy, gentlemen.
Tom Brands in his 20th season, 299 career dual meet wins for the Hawkeyes.
Down.
15 times a top 4 finish at the national tournaments. 4 times
you got one
Tom
stall call,
Brands has
okay?
led Iowa to an NCAA team title, most recently in 2021. They were 4th last March in Philly as Kaler goes on bottom. Here to begin this second period, and Cruz, for a second anyway, might have been thinking, Cradle, there's the escape, and it's a 1-point match.
Yeah, good quick escape there by Kaler, but he's been beaten to the tie several times here. He's given up that collar tie.
How does he win that battle and beat Cruz to the ties?
Well, he's got to come inside. Every time Cruz comes to that collar tie right there, he's just settling. Now he's coming to the elbow. He's comfortable with that elbow tie, but so is Cruz in that position, and Cruz is the guy that has the lead. So work yourself to the inside of that collar tie. Just notice now he's kind of hanging. He comes back to the tricep, but he's got the inside wrist. He should be going right here. Whatever your shot is off that tie, you should have hit it.
Couple fakes there by Cruz.
Right there, see that Kaler went to the wrist there. And really, Cruz has him at a disadvantage right now with his hand fighting. If you follow that up with another shot, he might get a stall warning.
He's got one already. There's a hard snap from Cruz, who's up by 1. 52nd, second period. Another shot there by the Hawkeye.
That was a little shallow. Wasn't really set up very well, but, you know, good visual.
Cruz has been moving forward, taking territory.
Yep.
Friday Night Wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. A triple header on this 23rd day of January.
Doesn't get any better than that, Shane.
It does not. Rick and Tim back in the studio in Chicago. Inside of 20 seconds. Cruz had a late attack in the first period.
Yeah, you can hear the Iowa corner telling Joey Cruz, get to your fakes, okay? He's coming out of his stance just a little bit here.
Green choice.
Mark Manning in his 26th season in Nebraska. Of course, coming off their best finish in program history, second to Penn State last March. After a runner-up finish to Penn State at the Big Tens, the NCAA Tournament Coach of the Year. And last season, won over 300 dual meet wins at Nebraska, 14 times, top 10, including the last 4 straight seasons. What a job he's done. And you know he's into it tonight, Jim.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's Manning loves to be in that corner.
Quick escape there by Cruz.
Yeah, that's good.
4-2.
Good quick work there. See that now Cruz has slowed his attack. Sometimes, Shane, you just got to talk yourself into going ahead and, you know, this will work. I do this all the time. I'm in practice. I get takedowns late in the practice and all that stuff. I should be able to go ahead and dominate here. And you can see where Cruz is shut down a little bit, but Kaler hasn't taken advantage of it yet.
Inside of 90 seconds here in this third period. Joey Cruz a takedown back in the first period.
Counter shot there by Kaler. Not getting through that head-hands defense. Hard right collar again by Cruz. That's where he likes to be. He's come out of his stance a little bit.
Straight on shot, no setup, and Cruz almost capitalized.
Yeah. You know, for both these guys, if you've got anything that's misdirection at this point in the match, that's a good time to go ahead and hit it.
If you're Kaler, you have 50 seconds. You trail it by a pair.
Yeah, he's had some little bit of success getting to a right-handed underhook, all right? But Cruz's hands have been active, and now he's in that, you know, mode in the match here with a 2-point lead. He just knows he doesn't have to give up a takedown, and he has to stay in the logo.
And we are back to the center, 27 seconds. One of a handful of toss-up matches here in this dual meet. There's a stall call on Cruz, but he's up by 2. He's okay to give up another stall call. Kaler works an underhook. Good job there by Cruz to circle back in. It's his first Big Ten dual meet of the season in for Dean Peterson. And Joey Cruz and the Hawkeyes deliver the first punch at 125. The 4-2 decision for Joey Cruz.
Huge performance by Cruz. Nice job of keeping his lead there.
That was the 3rd match of the year. He has now won 10 straight. Came back to take 3rd of the Navy Classic. Coming off a 1-0 win over Minnesota's Brandon Morvari. And Jim, this is going to be an old-fashioned backyard brawl, a couple of dogs at 133.
Well, I really enjoyed watching the warm-ups here because Iowa took the mat. Of course, home team warms up in their own wrestling room, but Drake Ayala was on fire as far as warm-ups go. He was firing from all cylinders. He had taken several shots.
Jacob Van Dien, a single leg driving through. As that single leg works up, gets behind the Hawkeye and plants him down for 3. And that ignites this Husker crowd.
Well, Van Dien has a little fire of his own. Good quick escape.
Van Dien came out swinging.
What I love about that, Shane, is, okay, you opened up the match. Now they're scoring. Both guys are going to come at each other really hard here in this position. Van D doesn't back away. Heavy left-handed collar tie by Van D. Tight on that elbow. The only thing you have to worry about here, one of the things you have to worry about with the terrific offense of Drake Ayala is you don't lean into him too much because you're going to walk right into that slide by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Signature move for Drake Ayala as we near the midway points in this first period. The Husker crowd chanting Van D. Seventh in Philly last March. Of course, Ayala fell in the final. Last year at 133, was a finalist the year previous at 125. Lost to Marcus Blaze of Penn State, 4-2 last Friday night.
Ayala trapping the head, coming back with left-handed high crotch right there. He's looking for his offense there. The inside bicep tie on the right side, right? So he can clear himself out. See how he's backing up off of that.
Another shot there by Van D. Inside of a minute remaining in the first.
A little tricky there. He's a little misdirection shot there. He dropped there, made it look like he's going to the right leg and came to the left leg of Van D.
Ayala from Fort Dodge High with a 3-time state champ. And now a good shot from Ayala.
Was a great shot, but he actually doubled up on it right there. The first time Van D reacted really well, got that left foot up in the air. The second time he was able to get the leg, but he couldn't shoot through the underhook of Van D. He ties you up in ways. I mean, very strong man at this weight class.
133 stacked in the Big Ten. Lucas Bird, the reigning national champion.
Yep.
Marcus Blaze, Ben DeVino, a couple of young stars in the Big Ten. Final seconds in the first period. Jacob Van D at 3-1. He did not waste any time, Jim, getting to his attack.
Yeah, I'm singing the praises of Drake Ayala and his drilling. And boom, drop your level and keep on moving through. Right, you take a look at the finish here. Just basically came around the waist and got a circle back and got a back heel trip for the mat return.
Cornhusker goes on bottom. That one brought Mark Manning out of his chair.
Right back in on the shot again. This will bring the crowd back into it.
That was ruled an escape.
Yes.
Ankle pass there by Ayala as they scramble early in the second period.
And Ayala was in great shape to be able to finish that, but he left an ankle behind. Now, Ayala, elbow deep. Both guys, referee calls a stalemate.
I love Jim.
These guys are going for it. These guys are going for it.
Once they award that escape, get right back in with a leg attack.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a lot less of that because a lot of times the official will just give them a reversal on it. I really think it's penalizing them, you know, the action in the match. You know, it should be a 4-point exchange if you have enough clearance there. Shot there, counter shot there by Ayala. He's able to go ahead and trying to shelf the leg.
See the flexibility there from Van D.
Look at the front headlock there he put on. Keeping his balance.
Ayala works up.
Comes to the outside. Should be able to score if he can get a little bit better angle. He does.
Hits the corner and scores the 3, and Drake Ayala has tied this matchup at 4. 55 seconds to go in the second period. Ayala with the half Nelson, tight waist, now a thigh pry.
They get to their feet, they're going to go off. Take a look at this action here on the shot. Watch him go ahead. He plants his head right down there, so he knows he has to get away from that because he's looking to be switched right there. He gets on his laces up, starts circling all the way around the body, gets all the way to the far side of the body, scores the points.
Drake Ayala 69 and 21 in his career. In dual meets 29 and 11.
On top.
He has done a lot of winning in that black Iowa singlet. Sinks into claw right off the whistle. Here's a sit from Van D, looking to turn the corner. Head hunts, works to his feet, gets the escape, and Van D's back out in front by 1.
He has a lot of strength. Pull that head down like that. Both guys full. Oh, beautiful high crotch there. Switch off to a double here by Ayala. He shoves the leg.
Tries to scoop up the ankle.
Gets both cheeks down. It's going to be close.
There it is. A huge takedown for Ayala inside of 20 seconds. These two going back and forth. Ayala 2 takedowns in the period.
And that's what he looked like in warm-ups there. He got in 7 or 8 explosive shots like that. That high crotch. Great action right now. Boom, drops in, swishers those ankles, laces flat, gets a better angle, keeps on moving. You know, Van Die's going to stop a lot of action there with that, you know, chest on the lower back there and try to crotch lift him right there. Once he gets both cheeks on the mat, there's 3 for Ayala.
Iowa tonight, Jim, more takedowns in these first 2 matches than they had all of last Friday night. They brought some offense. This looks like a different team. I know it's a different team in Nebraska compared to Penn State, but still.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, in that comparison, Shane, it's not so much about you, it's about them.
Riding time at 40 seconds for Ayala.
Shot attempt there by Van Die. Not able to break through the head-hands defense, and he gets right back on the shot with the lead.
Ayala looking for another takedown.
Notice how he's shelving once more. He's going to go ahead and try to bring it out. And he knocks him down the other way. Almost a run the pipe like we've talked about before. He slams him down towards that. You know, the leg gets up, gets him circling back that direction.
And now a situation with Ayala, 11-5, riding time nearing a minute.
Good call, Shane.
And we'll see if Ayala will cut him because he's been magnificent on his feet.
He certainly has, but you know, you get 6 point, 7 point. Yeah, I think you would do that. Looking over at the Iowa corner, no instructions to do that so far, but a lot of time left.
3 takedowns for Ayala.
1 minute remaining in the 3rd period.
Riding time over 60 seconds, so he's essentially, at the moment anyways, up by 7.
I think this is going to get settled by probably Van Die coming up and reaching for that head.
And keep in mind, Van Die scored the first takedown. Since then, it's been all Drake Ayala.
Action!
Hawkeyes got a win from Joey Cruz at 125. This is exactly what I would need.
Neutral.
And a packed house here in Lincoln.
Well, I think the best thing that could have happened in this match for Drake Ayala is basically that first takedown. Give up that first takedown. Now you exhale and go out in there. Not really woke him up, but just got out. It just felt freer, you know. Sometimes in those 0-0 scores, you don't really get the best of yourself out of there. But you know what? This has been the best we've seen Drake Ayala so far.
Gave up the first takedown, but roared back, and with the riding time points, it will be a 12-6 decision for Drake Ayala at 133. Evens his record on the season to 5-5. And that's a big win for the 10th-ranked 133-pounder in the country.
Situation, and I think the times that wrestling has gone bad for him is when he's kind of, you know, jumped into that type of stuff, like the roll through he tried to hit against Vega at Oklahoma State meet. But he is fun to watch. And Nasir Bailey, hey, he's a guy who's picked himself off the canvas here. You know, we watched him at the Soldier Salute and had a tough match in the semis there.
Hey, watch
and
those
then
hands.
Up,
watch your hands in the
coming
face.
back real strong in the dual meet against Braden Davis at 141. So All-American at 133 is Nasir Bailey, and a guy that, you know, if he picks it up a little bit, he can move up that ladder at 141.
Top 10 matchup here at 141. Nasir Bailey, of course, coming to Iowa City from Arkansas, Little Rock, where, as you mentioned, Jim, an All-American down at 133. Originally from Park Forest, Illinois. 4-time state champ at Rich Township High School. Brock Hardy, the 3-time All-American from Brigham City, Utah. Box Elder High School, 4-time Utah state champion. No score, 60 seconds in. Here at 141. Hardy 12-3 this season. Didn't wrestle last week. Had a break against Minnesota.
Both guys wrestling for tie-ups from the elbow down. Wrist ties for Bailey. I've just got to think, I've been watching some of his matches where he's been able to do a lot of wrist tilts and control with that wrist tie. He's clinging, right? He grabbed something and he's going to keep it for a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, Shane, but I just hated, you were probably clingy. I would have hated wrestling you, right?
When I got my hands on you, Jim, you weren't going anywhere. Work down to that wrist, hit that coffee grinder.
Yeah.
Rest was history.
Okay. Killing me. Oh, beautiful job coming off that elbow tie right there. Hardy trying to get his chest sealed on that leg and that knee right there on the inside. This should be a relatively easy finish if he can clear his hands. Tries to sweep one time, gets to the far ankle, but doesn't close it. Now he's not sealed, and Bailey did a great job of getting out of that. And the first thing that Hardy did there was seal his chest to that leg. And he was in great position when he came up. Didn't get back to the center of the mat, and then it got a little loose on him here, and Bailey was able to get out.
And there's a stall call on Bailey, but that was great defense by Nasir Bailey to keep this 0-0 inside of 30 seconds. Another shot there by Hardy, but great counterattack there from the Hawkeye. Bailey on the edge.
He's got to be careful. Both guys have got to be careful here on the edge. Hardy's thinking about scoring, though, trying to drag him all the way back.
Great man awareness. This is exactly where Brock Hardy likes to be. Can scramble with the best of them. Brock Hardy had an opportunity, Jim, but credit the Hawkeye.
Watch the right knee here. Watch him bend it, all right? Bend it against that chest. Does a great job. Actually just puts his foot on the mat, hand fights in there, and drives back into it. So he didn't try to get off the mat. He countered it like he was in the middle.
There is his wife, Courtney. I think Brock's going to hear about that later when he goes home. She was not happy about that, Jim.
Missed opportunity.
Hardy works to his feet, and the Corners go on the board first as he tallies an escape. Brock Hardy had an amazing Big Ten tournament.
Keep your hands off the face.
Pinned Vance Vombar of Minnesota to claim the Big Ten title. And him and Mendez had a great final. Lost to Mendez 12-9 as the Buckeye won his second national title at 141. And they will go at it on Sunday. That match will be on Big Ten Plus, Nebraska and Ohio State, right here in Lincoln.
Boy, that's one of the must-see matches on Big Ten Plus.
There's a roll from Brock Hardy. Hardy elevates in the scramble, but look at Nasir Bailey still with the advantage position on a single.
Great job of anticipating that roll through. Right there, there's 2, 3.
No takedown awarded yet.
I thought the toe was in. All right, take a look at it here. Look at the roll through. Sprawl, that's exactly what you do now. Try to keep your ankles free. Crowd really getting on Bailey here, a little bit late getting back to the match, and then at the same time, Tom Brands throws in the brick.
Yes, the challenge brick flew in from the Iowa corner.
I thought he had both ankles and one toe in. I wonder if they're going to give it to him because it took so long.
And again, want to remind everybody that in dual meets, the referees can look at any sequence at their discretion, or the challenge brick comes in. You get one brick, and if you lose the challenge, you are out of challenges for the remainder of the duel.
Take a look at the left foot of Nasir Bailey. See if he stays in. He gets both ankles here. That foot, in my opinion, stays in, and he's got weight on the hands. All right? I think that's a takedown. We know that Wader's going to go on the hands. We see that Brock Hardy turns away. Okay? Puts his weight on the hands. The left toe is still in. That's 3.
What I love is the one Hawkeye in the crowd that's got the 3 fingers up.
Yeah. How'd he get that good a seat?
Drake Ayala rocking the mustache, mixing things up a little bit. It worked for him tonight. You were really impressed with the offense he brought.
Yeah, I think if he wrestles that type of pace, we're back to seeing the real Drake Ayala.
Nasir Bailey, 2-time Pac-12 champion at Little Rock.
This shouldn't take that long.
Nasir Bailey became the first All-American in Trojans history in 2024 by placing 4th. Over 50 career wins at Little Rock. Brock Hardy awaits.
After further review, the call on the mat is upheld.
Call is upheld, no takedown. And we are back at it, 1:10 period. Hardy with the quick escape, the 1-0 lead.
How about that?
Hardy with a 2-on-1. I like the pace with both these guys, Jim.
I do too, and what I'm seeing here is that both guys are basically, they know how to attack from the elbow down, elbow to wrist. See how this 2-on-1, he's got the cross wrist right there, he's got the elbow tie, but he drops right down to the leg, gets your opponent to make that little half step. Now over collars.
32 Cornhuskers in the program history of 100 career victories. Hardy looking to become number 33 tonight. He's got 99. Hardy with that underhook left side. Drops it in a single leg on the edge and out of real estate.
I'm still shocked by that call.
Yep. He said no takedowns. Hardy again. 2-on-1 to a wrist, hard snap. Short time in the second, and we go to the third. Bailey will have the choice.
Hardy leads Bailey 1-0. Bailey chooses neutral.
And Bailey chooses neutral.
Interesting call right there. Now, but I don't think that's going to keep Hardy from getting on his offense right now if it's there. See that Bailey just basically holding position there.
Hardy looking to put Nebraska on the scoreboard. Iowa leads at 6-0, getting decisions at 125 and 133. The Huskers need this one from their three-time All-American. Brock's wife, Courtney, looks on with anticipation.
Yeah, 105 left here, Shane. You know, you're kind of another 15 seconds or no man's land, but he jumps in on a shot. Hardy's best when he's going to be able to seal his chest to that leg.
Works to his feet.
It's up tight.
Similar situation what we saw early in that first period when Hardy was unable to finish.
They go off the mat. Good sequence there. Hardy holding the lead.
Nebraska crowd making some noise for Brock Hardy.
They really need this
They
one.
come to their feet here inside John Cook Arena. Just over 30 seconds to go in the third. Yeah. Hardy has not been hit with stalling. We're down to 20 seconds.
Collar
They
tie.
race the center of the mat.
Collar tie and elbow tie right there. Now drops into an underhook. Hardy does. Got that left-handed underhook.
Here's a late shot from Nasir Bailey. Brock Hardy hangs on for the 1-0 decision. Into the Nebraska history books. The 33rd in program history. It's number 100 for Hardy.